to Sunday.
Hey,
Yay!
Joe. Joe's here too.
Apparently, the
Woo!
is not StreamyTard. It is StreamYard.
StreamYard is StreamTard. Just say.
Yeah, I actually accidentally put a T in there in between there and threw me off. So, I was in a rush.
Another weekend ending. I just found out it's going to be like 80 plus degrees here tomorrow. I'm just like, there's no heat season.
Luckily, I'm out in the country enough that it gets cool at night.
Oh, nice.
So I could open up the windows and it gets nice and cool at night. But man, by about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, I have a old metal roof. Man, it starts to cook in here. It's a little warm.
What's going on, Jared? What's going on, Taladia?
How you doing?
Not much, man. You know, same old, same old. At least this time, you sent me the link for this week's stream.
I
Compared
thought I
to
sent it last time.
no, you didn't.
Hey, Mama Bear.
Hey, Mama Bear, how you doing?
Hey, Terry. You know, I was before the show started, I got a message about that Godzilla anniversary issue, Joe. The R. Adams cover.
Yeah.
Last sold $300.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow. That's all I can say is wow.
The sell before that was what, 149?
Yeah, it was around 150 or so. But if people want it enough, there's always somebody that reaches.
Yeah.
Whether it stays there is another story, but I don't know. We'll see how many of them are actually floating out there.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of stores ordered 50 copies of Godzilla Anniversary.
No. It was a fun book though. I was happy with it.
Yeah, it was a good read. We'll talk about that later. Anything you guys got going on this week?
Not that much, just hanging out.
But it's been a lads' night. Well, a lads' weekend, I should say. My mom's in Gloucester, so it's been like just me, my brother, and my dad.
Yeah,
we've had takeaway twice in a space of 2 days. We must have spent like nearly £100 on food.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I just found out today that there's something they used to do in the '90s called Rockathon or Rockapalooza or whatever, and it's like all '90s grunge bands performing in July. It's like $50 to get in. Puddle of Mud and I forgot the other bands, but it's a great lineup. I'm like, sign me up. And they have there's like, we know most of the fans are in their 40s, 50s, so we're gonna have shade, free refreshments.
Shade is the most important. Shade and water.
Promise that you'd be home in bed by 11:30. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah, I am doing no show this Friday, so this is the.
That's right. There's no show this Friday.
Yeah, so
I know that's your first break in how long?
I wasn't there for the show on New Year's weekend, but I haven't. Before that, I haven't missed a show since October. So
nice.
And we've had one every single week, so it'll be nice. Have a nice little weekend off. Recharge the batteries a little bit. Get the thought processes churning again.
Anybody got any pickups they want to show up?
Oh, yeah,
nope.
I got a stack.
Not really.
You can go, Joe.
Let's see. We got some barbaric.
Hey.
Born Blood. I love the whole barbaric series. Nice. Birds of Prey.
There you go.
This was thrown in there. I had ordered a bunch of these,
Ooh.
and then they just threw an extra copy in for some reason far later.
Wasn't that the series that had the
It's a great low take cover.
the Godfather homage cover?
No, that's Al Capone Vampire.
Oh, Al Capone Vampire Hunter.
There you go.
That was my favorite of the baseball ones. Some Sonny Mattis, Avidanza. Washington Blood has some really great covers. These just came. And of course, I had to get a bunch of the flops cover of that because I love flops.
Nice.
Let's see. Valentine's Bluff Massacre. It's a fun cover. Santos Sisters, Greg and Fake. I love Greg and Fake. I love Santos
That's a great
Sisters.
cover.
It's fun, Archie style, but irreverent humor. So it's a lot of fun. Some foily Red Sonja.
Nice.
Middleton. Some Savage Conan. Always nice. Always fun. Star Wars Insider. Foil Maul. It's a nice Maul cover for all you Maul fans out there.
There you go.
And my
Evergreen.
happiest thing I got was my Evergreen review from 1965, first American publication of good. Barbarella. Yeah, it's in pretty nice shape. There's a little bit of water damage just right up there.
That kind of stuff.
But yeah, that's that one made me happy. Finding that in decent shape for a reasonable price. It didn't break the bank. It came with a couple other issues of Evergreen, which I didn't really care much about, but it was still cheaper than trying to find some of the other singles that were being sold for ridiculous amounts. It's a good thing about magazines. You get non-comic people selling magazines.
And they have no idea what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or they have a general idea, but they're not kind of tapped into the comic market. So price-wise, you tend to get some decent deals. So.
Yeah. All right, let's start with my non-comic book pickups.
Ooh.
Oh boy, here we go.
When I start a new project or a new hobby, I tend to go head
Crazy?
first.
No, there you go.
Dive head first. Don't think about anything. So I decided I want to do handheld emulation. So I picked up a ROG Ally.
Okay.
Wow.
You know, it's a handheld. These are handheld PCs. It's pretty nice.
Nice size screen on there.
Wait, you've got that's a Steam Deck?
No, this is a ROG Ally. This is Asus handheld. It runs Windows 11.
I heard
Ryzen.
I heard those are really expensive.
Yeah.
Super expensive. More expensive than the Steam Deck.
About the same price now. And speaking of Steam Decks, I picked up a Steam Deck also. Because I couldn't have one without the other.
Sure.
See, you could have bought a Raspberry Pi, loaded an emulator on there of like every Atari game.
I have that.
And got a small screen and a hot glue gun, and you could have made one for
hot
like
glue gun.
$120.
A hot glue gun. I have a hard drive on my PC with 20 terabytes of emulators and games. It's like 36,000 games.
Oh my gosh.
It's insane.
Wait, you might be lucky because I might have a code for you.
Ooh.
A code?
Yeah, for Marvel Rivals if you're interested.
Ooh. I would love that. I love classic video games, and I think what got me into emulation was the fact that every generation Nintendo was charging an arm and a leg for these classic games that they re-release every time they release a console, which is ridiculous. You shouldn't be paying $15 to $20 for Super Mario World.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Agreed.
Not when you can get all the games running on an emulator for.
So I'm gonna load up so you guys can actually see. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Mm-hmm.
A little emulation on the Steam Deck, if it ever loads.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. There you go.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. Got like pretty all the systems.
Ooh, 1941.
Every
and
arcade
1943.
game.
God, I love 1943.
It's pretty good.
Was Rolling Thunder on there? That was always one of my favorites.
Yes.
That was such a great game. Such a cool game.
So, all right. So, getting to my comic books that I picked up, won, or bought, or sent to CGC, I actually won this in the RAS. G.I. Joe Real American Hero 244 with Pentor and Zarana. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. A lot of people were pissed off when I won this one. I won a book today. They're like, leave some winning for us. I I got Fantastic Four Annual number 6 and an 8.0.
Not bad.
First
That is very
appearance
nice.
of Franklin Richards.
Oh.
That's a nice clean copy.
I think I showed this Friday. My Batman 155, the first Silver Age Penguin.
Hmm.
Little Superboy number 23, DCU variant.
Knockout.
I'm gonna try it again to get this on a higher grade.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna crack it?
Huh? No, I got like 4 or 5 more copies.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know what CGC, you crack something, you resubmit it, and sometimes it comes back lower, and I'll be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Batman and Robin, Adventures number 6,
Not bad.
Nice.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Showcase 94, number 9, with a Scarface.
Cool.
Robin Annual, number 4.
He's hitting up the DCUs.
Yeah, no, I love these DCUs.
Were those ones on your list or ones you already had? Just
These are
higher
ones I
grades?
already had. I sent them to CGC. The rest of these books I submitted. Seduction of the Innocent 3D number 1.
Nice. Can't go wrong with
All right.
Stevens.
Yeah, I bought it in a 9.2, and I pressed and cleaned it and got a 9.6.
Not bad.
Yeah, I'll take a 9.6.
Now's the time too. Strike while the iron's hot.
Robin 17. Superboy number 10. Little Kana. DV8 number 1, a 9.6.
Nice. Little double shot of Hughes and
Little
Stevens.
Dave Stevens and Adam Hughes collaboration.
Nice.
Sweet.
And King Kong number 1, Dave Stevens cover, 9.8.
There you go.
Oh, dude.
That's
How
nice.
old is that?
I love the expression on King Kong's face in that picture.
Yeah.
From 91.
For a 91 comic, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I sent it in, I was like, my God, this book looks perfect. Like I was hoping for a 9.8.
I turn around to sell those fast while the heat's
Yeah,
still there.
I want to razz this one tonight.
Yeah, make
I have a
little money back.
I have 1 or 2 more copies. Yeah, if I sell this tonight, this will cover all my grading for like.
Exactly.
All right, let's get into today's show. Actually, we have a few news topics, I guess. Not too many. Here we go. First up, Sony confirms Venom: The Last Dance will be the last Venom movie.
Hence why it's called The Last Dance.
Yes, makes sense. I saw the first Venom. I didn't mind it. It didn't bother me. I haven't watched the second one, which is my fault. I should watch the second one. That's
Yeah, you should. It's not bad. It's just
It's not good.
It's not great
it's
either.
too short, though. I'm like, what?
All I know is I watched Madam Web again. And,
I watched that recently, and that's about as useful as a toothache.
That was possibly one of
Why?
the worst things that I've seen in a long time.
Jared, why did you put yourself through that pain?
It was.
It was awful.
And he's frozen. Jared is frozen.
I would freeze too because that movie was awful.
Trail, I sent your winning books out yesterday, so you should be getting them in the next few days.
Nice.
You want a giveaway on SNS?
Sweet.
What's up, Vince?
Every time I see Jessica Lange, I had that expression Kong has as well.
The Venom movie will do okay in theaters just because there's a built-in audience for it, but it won't be a good movie.
We'll see.
they wanted Harrelson. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like. Maybe that's why I didn't watch it, because I used to love Woody Harrelson, especially when he was on Cheers. And I don't know. It's just I've soured on him as an actor over the years, so I didn't watch it because of him.
It just I like Woody Harrelson. I enjoy the stuff that he's normally in, but that movie just it didn't do it for me. The first one didn't really do it for me either, but to each his own, I guess.
Yeah. But I know a lot of people aren't happy with the Sony Spider-Verse.
Well, the good news is about the Sony Spider-Verse is that Lord and Miller are in charge of films
Yes.
and TV, so pretty much they're gonna cancel this stuff anyway.
How do you know that, Taladia? That's the thing.
Because it's Lord and Miller. Remember that they always go for greatness. They don't go for crap stuff. Remember,
but it takes a while to wash out the crap. That's the problem, because there's so much stuff in the queue that by the time that gets out of the queue, it's hard to makes things a mess for a while.
But mind you got to remember they were planning a Batman Beyond movie, Lord and Miller. They pitched that to Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers said no, right? So they always try to achieve for greatness. So
they're such idiots. Batman Beyond would have been you attach Batman to anything, and you're going to put butts in seats.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter whether people really like it, kind of don't like it, or split on it. It doesn't matter. It's Batman. It'll put butts in seats. Why?
It was going to have ink as well. So that's why I put my full faith in Lord and Miller as them as the head of film and television and whatnot.
Oh, the whole part of Madam Web. Number one. Sorry, I'm going to go on my Madam Web screen now.
Oh God!
Just the first 20 minutes of Madam Web and how bad it was. Let's see. I'm 8 months pregnant. Maybe I should be in the Amazon. First dumb idea. Second dumb idea. I'm 8 months pregnant and someone's holding a gun. I'm going to protect this spider because that's more important than my unborn child. Stupid. Number 3. We're both EMTs. Your oxygen saturation is 89, which means you should be in the hospital.
Yes.
Get up and just walk away. You can't. I'm sorry, Sony. You can't shell out a little bit of money for a consultant that's maybe an EMT, since your lead character, 2 of your lead characters are EMTs. It's horrible. I was just so mad at dumb inconsistencies and stupid stuff.
Hey, my oxygen saturation is 88. Maybe I should be in the hospital right now. But I'm still holding out hope for Craven, because I really, really like the trailer for Craven.
And I hate to lump all their stuff together. I really do, because each project should stand on its own, but they just have such a bad track record. I'm just like, if it's not Miles or Spider-Man, I'm just like, it's not gonna be good.
That's the thing. It's like they keep trying to call it the Sony Spider-Verse, but we still have yet to see a spider.
Yeah. True.
You gotta get a lion. You might get a wrestler.
Maybe a rhino, but who knows?
We had Ezekiel. He counts somewhat as a spider.
That doesn't count.
No, it doesn't.
I just think that Sony had planned to make independent movie. Well, their plan for independent movies wasn't enough to satisfy the audience that wants Spider-Man and everything connected.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm somebody that I didn't actually mind Morbius. It wasn't great, but it was watchable. But everything else has just been bad. I don't care that I'm not getting Spider-Man. I don't care if it's a Spider-Verse and I'm not getting Spider-Man. Just give me a competent movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay. I'm okay with just a competent movie that I could just watch and enjoy and forget about.
When I saw the Madam Web trailer, I had hopes. I'm like, oh, here someone willing to go outside the box, try something different with these heroes and characters. Unfortunately, the story and writing weren't there, and it just alienated a whole bunch of people.
Mm-hmm. It would have helped if Dakota Johnson actually wanted to be in the movie.
Exactly.
It didn't feel as if she did.
Yeah, her press tour was horrible.
Her on screen was horrible. Her on screen didn't feel like she wanted to be in the movie.
I also love where Sydney Sweeney said she signed on to the movie because she thought it was going to be in the MCU.
Yeah.
Mm.
If an actor doesn't know what project they're doing, they should fire whatever agent they have, because that's ridiculous. There's no way in hell that you can go a whole movie and not realize you're not in the MCU. Come on.
But you know who I can see? But you know who I can see Sydney Sweeney playing?
Who?
Hello?
Oh, Black Cat.
No, Power Girl in the DCU.
No, in the DCU,
yeah. Oh.
If the DCU lasts that long, but yes, I do agree with you.
Oh.
Interesting point there.
Saladia? I like that, actually. I could just picture her in the Power Girl outfit now. God damn you.
There you go.
Yes, that's going to be a very large boob window. If they're true to the comic books, which the costumes seem to be kind of
more modest. I don't know. I think the costumes seem to be a little more modest in the DCU than they do in the comic books.
But mind you, they are going for a mixture of New 52 and Kingdom Come, so
yeah, that's true, and that was the costume around the time period, so possible.
Yeah.
Anyway,
or they can give her what is she wearing? Pants and a smaller boob window and a jacket now.
No, I don't want pants.
I don't want that. Oh, and her name is Paige now.
Paige.
I'm like, no.
All right, enough of Sony. Maybe. Miss Marvel Season 2 is reportedly being discussed at Marvel Studios. A decision will reportedly be made soon. I did not mind the first season of Miss Marvel.
I like the first
season.
Did
it get good
views, it was good. It was a good show.
No, it didn't. But it was a decent show, mainly because of her family, and it had some grounding and emotional grounding in it, which a lot of these projects don't really seem to have. And she's fun as Miss Marvel. Yeah. I like her as an actress. It's they want to go the Young Avengers route. I mean, they teased it at the end of the Marvels for the most part. So if this gives them a way to add some characters in quickly and, get that moving, so be it.
Yeah, she is likable on screen and off screen. I've seen some of her interviews, and she's very likable, and that can go a long way when it comes for younger actors in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I just don't know if she can carry something. With Miss Marvel, with the season 2, she's expected to carry the show.
Plus the fact, here's the other thing, is like this is coming in a post-Marvel's world, and whether or not that was all her fault for how that movie went down, which it wasn't, but I think the way the general audience is going to see it, they're going to associate her with that movie that bombed.
Even though she was the best part of that movie.
Even though she probably was. Yeah, exactly. But it's just, I mean, they got to consider that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they can pare down a Miss Marvel season 2, and it'll definitely have a lower budget than season 1. I would think. I don't think they're going to break the bank on trying to put out a Miss Marvel season 2.
I think if they're going to go forward with Young Avengers, they should really have all these actors meet up and hang out before they just throw them together in a movie, so they can have on-screen chemistry with each other, and it doesn't feel like it's
Well, again, you had her and Kate Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you had kind of the start of that. It's all just going to be who else are they going to try to cram in there? Are they going to cram in Wanda's kids? You know, which way are they going to go more champions? Or are they going to go more Young Avengers? Or are they going to just kind of meld the two together into something?
Yeah. Combine Young Avengers, Champions, and West Coast Avengers into one project.
Mm-hmm. And well, I mean, if they do the Nova thing and you get Sam out of that as well, you'll have one more person in there. It's
Hey, John, that is Jared and Taladia Plays. Two of my good buddies. She still has a lot of goodwill carried over from season 1. That kid let her ride over the hate from the Marvels. Let her ride over the hate from the Marvels. Yeah. Because all you gotta do is just give her another project outside of the Marvels and she'll be fine.
And again, I think the fact that she was really the only enjoyable part of the Marvels helped her as well. Because even though the movie itself was she was still enjoyable in it, and kind of carried it. So I think that does better.
I still say the Marvels was better than the last Thor movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so bad.
I kind of put them both on the same level of I don't want to watch it.
So next up, they're doing a Terminator animated anime series. I did not know this.
That's good. That's a good idea. It's nice
to
see a good idea.
To explore with that.
Yeah, there's definitely so much more you could do with it and make it far more interesting.
And it's releasing in August on Netflix. I was surprised. I was like, "Wow, that was quick."
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear anything about this.
Mm-mm. I was kind of happy after Terminator 2. I didn't really need any more Terminator movies.
Yeah.
I watched all of them, and
I have
recently watched the last 2, and I was just like, meh,
Yeah.
I can care less about Terminators, but I'll try the anime version of Terminators.
Yeah, I think I could definitely do some cool stuff with that.
Next up, Simon Emanuel has seemingly revealed that James Mangold's Star Wars film will be titled Star Wars Jedi Prime.
Okay.
Oh, I have a funny feeling I know what this might be about.
The beginnings of the Jedi? The first Jedi?
No, I don't think it'd be the beginning of the Jedi. Maybe the High Republic. You know when what's it called? Qui-Gon Jinn was an apprentice. Round about that era, maybe.
They're not going to let him touch High Republic.
Mm-mm.
Because that's an established property now, and that I think is going to have its own trajectory with all the characters that they created for that and everything else. I don't think they're going to want to risk putting a turd in the soup, possibly, for that franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, supposedly this was supposed to be early origins of the Jedi. That was always the early rumor of that's what Mangold was doing. Something that was so far before that it wouldn't touch anything else and could be kind of a standalone thing.
But isn't Acolyte supposed to be Isn't Acolyte supposed to be like that?
No, because Acolyte has established Jedis.
Right, okay.
Acolyte was more dark side. Not necessarily Sith, I don't think, but dark side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jared?
So this should be back even before that.
I mean, it's going to take a lot for Disney to earn my trust back with Star Wars, and I don't know. We'll see if they can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it. Like I said, don't put out any crap, and I'm going to watch it anyway.
Exactly.
I'll either like it or not like it. Is what it is. But I mean, I like Mangold. He can be hit or miss at times with certain things, but he at least knows how to craft something that's not completely crap. So,
mm-hmm.
And like I said, if they go back far enough so that you don't have to worry about overlapping with any other garbage, and you could basically just tell an interesting story of, you know, the origins of the Jedi or something like that, and so be it. Let it be a standalone thing.
Yeah, I think Vince is right. This will be thousands of years prior. So, you know, that would be good to see. I would love to see the beginnings of the Jedi, because it's a religion. That's all it is.
Yeah, really.
You know, the beginnings of it, how it started, what were the beginning teachings, how far the Jedi have strayed from that original message. That would be interesting for them to go into.
Yeah, it's some nice uncharted territory if they go back that far, and it, like I say, gives them kind of a clean slate to kind of do what they want with it and not piss off too many people.
Yeah. Because, you know, if everyone's
unless we start talking about midichlorians and all that.
Glorious. Everyone can be a Jedi. Everyone, even you. But if everyone knows, if you've been watching me here on Max's channel or Renovision for the last year and oh my God, it's almost a year that I have my own channel.
Wow.
You will know that I am so sick of Star Wars stories based around the Skywalkers. I want them to get away from them. I don't want to see any more Darth Vader appearances. I don't care if Cad Bane comes back. If they want to do something like that, do an animated project. Keep it away from the main Star Wars movie line.
What would be hilarious is if then in this movie, someone has a vision. Thousands of years ago, there will be a chosen one, and they show Anakin Skywalker just to screw Bruce over.
Yeah, I like to say I'm happy that they're moving outside of that for some of these projects, because, like I say, you're not going to do anything other than piss people off if you're overlapping with existing timelines and characters. You can get away with certain things, like, I mean, Andor, fine. It's shoehorned in a very tight area. You know, everyone's going to die anyway, except for Mothma. So, you know, I mean, that was kind of an interesting story that ended up working out okay. But for the most part, like Obi-Wan and stuff like that, you end up tripping over your own dick all the time because you're trying to cram this story without breaking everything else that you know happens in, you know, a few years after or a few years before, and nobody ever seems to 100% get that right, and it just tends to piss people off. So
all this canon and lore and the Legends books, I think they should just leave it alone. Just move forward. Just forget the past. Forget notes. Forget midichlorians. Forget Darth Vader ever existed. I'm just kidding. I know people are gonna be pissed.
I'm fine. I'm fine with that timeline.
Yes.
That timeline is fine. It was what it was. But I think just they keep trying to plumb the depths of that thing, and keep trying to squeeze blood from a stone, and that just seems to push. However many people they bring in, they seem to push away just as many. So
all I want is a solid Darth Revan movie. Is that too much to ask from these people?
I'll tell you, just do that Unreal clip that's on YouTube. It's like 14 minutes. It's one of the best Star Wars thing of Revan and Malik. It's one of the best cutscenes put together in movie format, and it's fantastic. I watch that and I'm like, wow, I would love to see that on the big screen.
Freaking Blue Jay. Jedi From is this the Transformers crossover?
Yeah.
Optimus Prime becomes a Transformer.
Becomes
a Jedi.
Yeah, we'll throw G.I. Joe in there too. Snake Eyes is a Jedi.
I agree with Mama Bear. If people can't agree on canon, it doesn't exist.
Canon,
but I mean, Star Wars was one of those rare things that did have a very fixed. I mean, Legends was what it was, and people understood that was outside. But the canon itself was pretty sacred within Star Wars. It's like you don't screw with the first three movies. You don't screw with anything that screws up the first three movies. And I don't know. They do the same thing with the comics. I like the comics, but I mean, how many more Darth Vader series can I really live with? How much more time can you cram in between those movies of storylines that before you start screwing things up?
Well, they're gonna keep making Darth Vader books, and because there are fans that will buy anything and everything Star Wars, regardless of how much they hate it, dislike it. Cough, Dom. No. I can only do this story because Dom's not here. It's this right now. We've had so many good and bad Star Wars series, books, shows, movies. There's enough for every type of fan. You don't have to watch everything. You don't have to like everything, but don't crap on people if they like something or they don't like something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't care. Whatever. I'm always talking from my own opinion, whether I like it or not like it. If I don't like it, I'll say I don't like it, and I'll tell you why I don't like it. But if somebody else likes it, that's fine. I bust your balls for not liking it. But
I will say this: we don't need a new droid every time there's a new show. Or
yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
That
for merchandising, Bruce. For merchandising, we need the toys.
Merchandise, yeah.
Did you see the cassette tape droid? The pocket droid?
What? Need more crap warming the pegs at Target.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it, Jared?
No, I didn't.
All right, let me see if I can find it.
Basically, it looks like a flashy Sony Walkman.
Yes. I forgot the name of it. His name is Pep.
Of course it is.
There we go.
Oh, good. That's a droid?
Yes.
Yeah. It looks like a tricorder.
It looks like a.
So now they're ripping up Star Trek now.
Yes.
No, wait.
It all comes full circle, Jerry. Full circle.
My God, I hope it makes a sound.
It looks like one of those 90s cassette tapes.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah, it looks like a repurposed Walkman with little tweaks.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Blue Jay.
People
treat the universe of Star Wars like it's actual historical events, like real life stuff.
Well, same thing with like DC, because a lot of people treat these characters like they're actual real people.
But I mean, the problem and why that happens is a lot of us have grown up with it our whole lives. For damn near 50 years, I've grown up with it and followed it from its start all the way through. So you tend to have a certain emotional attachment to it, which otherwise you wouldn't have if it was a new series or some type of new property or IP.
Yeah. I've pretty much given up on a sequel series to the Thundercats. Or Silverhawks or anything good from the 90s.
Well, we could get a sequel series to Spider-Man.
Just saying.
Yes, I know. Mary Jane and Peter.
And I agree, Vince. I grew up with it, and it is fake, and it is fiction. But there are people that just do have that really strong emotional attachment to it, and can't seem to break that and separate those two. So
and when people have this emotional headcanon about a lot of these projects, series, and movies that they grew up with, and I love Beastmaster from the 80s. Loved that movie growing up. I watched it again recently. My God, it was so bad.
Did you want to own a ferret? Did you want to own a ferret after
Yes, I wanted ferret. The kid down the street from me got ferrets. But
I'm gonna have a little leather sack of ferrets.
I don't know. At what point do you just let go and move on from this idea of they should be making stuff for me and me only, and I'm the only one that matters, not the people that are coming after me.
Again, for Star Wars, I think the problem is that they kept going back to the well. They went back to the same characters. They had to bring back the Skywalker stuff. They had to bring back all that. They didn't go away from it. They put both feet into it. So, they didn't try to move on. They tried to pull that nostalgia from people. So, you're going to get what you get. People are going to be critical.
And anything that people wanted and didn't get from the original trilogy till now, There's only one person to blame for that, and his name is George Lucas. He let this property sit for decades before doing anything with it. And then when he finally does something with it, the toxic fans drives him away from the project he loves. He sells it. And now everybody's like, oh, I miss George Lucas. Give it back to George Lucas. You didn't like it when he had it? Too bad. It's not going back to him.
Exactly.
So, next up. The new Marvel television rebranding will allow audiences to decide what they want to watch without MCU continuing obligation. You can jump in anywhere. They're interconnected, but they're not. You don't have to watch A to enjoy B. Good. You can follow your own preferences.
Congratulations, you learned something from the pandemic.
Took them long enough.
Took them long enough.
Not everybody has time to sit there and watch the movie, watch the show, then run over to a video game, then read a comic that's connected, then come back and watch a movie.
It worked fine when they would have a big Avengers movie that makes $1 billion plus, and then you can drop a Captain Marvel or something like that, or an Ant-Man, and because everything was tied together and the box office was just hitting with those movies, the rising tide would lift those movies to be profitable.
Yeah,
you can't do that now. You can't keep dropping bad movies because people just don't care.
Yeah.
But this is what James Gunn should be looking at, right? Instead of him saying, I know we're not talking about DC, but the fact is, like, look what MCU's doing right now. They're saying, look, you can decide, the audience can decide to go whatever they want to watch without going, playing video games or going into previous movies to watch to catch up to where they need to be, right? This is a good.
That's easy to do when you're a rudderless ship that Marvel is as well. They really have no focus right now. So.
It took Marvel 10 years to figure this out.
Yeah.
Actually, you're right. It's actually taken them 10 years. Yeah.
Oh, Blue Jay, you want to come on?
You want to come on the show, Blue Jay? You want to come on?
I'll send you a link, buddy.
You want to come on the show?
Blue Jay on a Sunday. I like it.
I like it.
Where
Blue Jay is about to cut.
There we go.
Spicy.
I do love the marketing that they've done with Agatha. They were changing the name, fooling people, and it was Agatha all along, tying with the Scarlet Witch show.
WandaVision. Yeah. But the fact that they changed it 3 times confused.
I think it was like 5.
Yeah, they kept at first it was like Coven of Chaos and Agatha all along, and I'm like, make up your damn mind.
They're still not doing as good as Garfield.
No,
with the Garfield posters. Garfield posters have spoofed so many current movies, including Daredevil and Wolverine.
I've seen that Garfield meme, by the way, saying, "I know where you live."
Did you see the one with Garfield sitting in the chair, putting on his boots like Superman?
Yeah.
The Garfield marketing is like, I remember when the Superman photo came out, and in literally hours they put the poster there. They know they were on it.
That's great. I mean, to me, it's like those are people that know what they're doing. You have a solid marketing and PR group that knows what they're doing. Whether the Garfield movie is horrible or not, but it doesn't matter. It's just from a marketing standpoint. I was like, that's brilliant.
Yep, I love it. I want to answer this this whole Marvel TV thing. I'm actually okay with this, actually. I mean, there's some people that do kind of just disagree with this, and I do see what they're coming from. Because here's the thing, Marvel is not really because of the content itself. It's the way, it's like we got a crap ton of content in terms of the TV stuff. Ever since Marvel,
too much.
Too much. Ever since we went to Disney Plus, we got WandaVision, we got Falcon, we got all these other shows, and
is it really that much though? That's what I don't know. I feel the same way sometimes too. It's like, well, yeah, they put out a lot, But did they really? Because it didn't have a ton of movies.
Yeah, it's mostly because, like, for example, WandaVision. You know, I love WandaVision. Not many people watch WandaVision, but for example, my mom loves Doctor Strange, the first one. She loves the first Doctor Strange, and then we went to go see Doctor Strange 2. She never seen WandaVision, so she was confused of, wait, why is Wanda evil?
Yeah. And they made that a Wanda movie more than a Doctor Strange movie.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I like Doctor Strange too, and that I liked it because, you know, I've seen WandaVision. I'm able to catch all this stuff up, no problem. But I'm still a casual because I don't get into all the inner, like, the theories and all that crap. But you know, you see where something like me is coming from. But when you look at stuff like, you know, I always say X-Men 97 is the best Disney Plus show because and because it's its own thing, continuing the animated series and not really handcuffed to a universe.
I mean, the thing is, the problem is they're lying to you as well. They're giving a neutral statement that satisfies both people. They're going to be all in the same universe. It's just they're smart enough to not write stories that have to interconnect and play into the other shows and the other movies. You can, like you said, you can have a street level Daredevil story that doesn't have to deal with everything else going on in the Marvel universe. But Daredevil can still be in that same universe, and that's fine. And I think that's all they're trying to say there as well. That's all they're gonna do. You know, it's not going to be a continual push of the story and give you a little tease here, little tease there, little tease there.
Daredevil's different because Daredevil is basically just a continuation of the first 3 seasons, while they were trying to make it their own. So not something I agree with. If you're trying to continue a show like Daredevil with the same cast, why would you want to do something different? That doesn't make any sense to me. But they got the people coming back from that show, which I'm all for. So I don't know. To me, I really dig this idea. So, I mean, if you're asking from a creative standpoint, if they want to do something like I don't know, something what Fox was trying to do with, they're trying to make R-rated properties like Deadpool and Logan, and a little bit of, I mean, the New Mutants wasn't good, but at least they tried.
I still haven't watched that.
Third time is a try.
It's not that good, Brucifer. It's not.
I didn't watch it because I loved the New Mutants in the 80s and early 90s, most of the 90s, when they became X-Force. I don't know. I just didn't want a movie to ruin that experience. My memories of those.
Well, the problem was they wanted to make the New Mutants basically a horror movie, and that's kind of where they kind of went.
Well,
sideways.
I like that idea. Honestly, when I first saw that trailer, I just think it didn't had its full potential though. Like, it wasn't like stupid scary. It was PG-13. It wasn't all. It was like, I was like, you were going so good with the R-rated, so now you want to go back to PG-13?
I'm also a big believer in you can't introduce a ton of new characters in a movie and expect anyone to care.
Yeah,
that's same thing with a movie I hate, The Eternals. It's like you can't throw 8 or 9 characters that I could care less about. Try to introduce them all to an audience. Most people don't know who the Eternals are. You know, your everyday Joe Smith doesn't know who the Eternals are. So it's very hard to take those, 8 or 9 characters and make you care about all of them in some legitimate way for a movie. I didn't care. They could have all died at the end of that movie, and I would have been like, all right.
I just forgot what their names were. I know there's a dude named Icarus. There's a dude named there's
Icarus, Cersei, Ajax.
Who's the one character that runs fast?
I forgot the other ones. Jeez,
all I wanted it to be was a teaser for a Black Knight movie or a Black Knight series. That's all I really cared about.
All I remember is that it had Angelina Jolie and Richard Madden
as Thena. But even on that, it's like most comic book fans don't even know who the Eternals are. So I can't believe they ever thought that was a good idea.
And the comic fans do know who the Eternals are. Don't give a shit about the Eternals. Outside of that game and run, most people don't care about the Eternals.
You know, they were. I know they were the beginning of Marvel's space galaxy. It's but that was Kirby, right?
Yeah.
You know, they fell off. It fell. People stopped caring about them, and the only thing people started caring about in comics from like the '80s on was the X-Men, Punisher, Wolverine on his own, Spider-Man. Nobody cares about.
And I agree, Terry. Doom Patrol did great as a series, and I think if you're going to have that many characters introduced, a series is the way to do it because you have the time to be able to focus on a character in one episode and build out that person's backstory and give a shit about them.
Well, that could
not only that. Well, not only that. Remember, the Doom Patrol were technically introduced in the Titan series.
Yes.
Cyborg, right?
Cyborg, yeah.
Beast Boy.
I mean, you can make a movie based on like a D-list obscure character and can make it good, but that doesn't help all the time, though. I mean, look at Madam Web.
Yeah. And again, I think you could do it with a single character or a duo or something like that, because you have the time within a movie to at least build out a backstory and do some character development. I don't know how you do character development in the Eternals with the number of characters there were.
Yeah.
And again, really, really understand them enough and be caught up enough and care enough.
And that movie is like 2.5 hours long, and I feel like I still don't know them.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you one thing that happened in that movie. It's completely forgettable to me.
One of my new favorite actors, Barry Keoghan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's in that, and I totally forgot he was in it because I love him in Saltburn. If you guys haven't seen Saltburn, please watch it.
I heard it was it good?
Really good. I would advise you not to eat while you're watching that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my friend told me about a specific part. I'm like,
not the bathtub scene.
That was great.
There's a scene in the courtyard where all I will say is Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
Oh God.
Ew.
He was great in Banshees of Inisherin, with Colin Farrell, Irish movie. That was a great movie. That I enjoyed him in that. I like him as an actor. I think he's a good actor and has a good future. But man, it's just like I said, it's too many characters. No time for character development.
Here's the thing, Vince. Technically, Peter was in Madam Web. He's at the end being born.
Yeah.
Technically, Spider-Man was in there.
He's inside Emma Roberts the whole movie.
They're probably going to wait 15 years for that particular baby to grow up so he can be cast as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But looking at these shows, Agatha, I don't know why they're making a show out of her in the first place. I feel like she's just. I thought she was like a throwaway villain for me.
No,
it started out as,
what it is?
What, the babysitter for the Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Yes. The only reason I could see Agatha being useful is if they want to somehow build out Wiccan and Speed, because I think there's a future with Wiccan and Speed, or Wiccan or Speed, at least one of them in that Young Avengers future. So I could see this being a vehicle to try to get characters like that in somehow and develop them a bit. But outside of that, I'm like, hey, take it or leave it. Like Agatha, to me, and Agatha all along should have been like a Werewolf by Night. Give me an hour-long special that's interesting, and just do a quick, fun little one-shot. That would have been fine.
Now, I really liked the fact that Marvel is branching out, is doing different divisions. So we got Marvel Studios for the movies. We got Marvel Television, so you got the logo up in there. I like that. And then you have Marvel Animation, which I'm actually the most anticipated for, because we had X-97, which was great. Yeah. That's was it Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show? That new Spider-Man show. I'm gonna watch that. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't it supposed to be like a Wakanda show?
Yes, I think it's going to be animated.
Okay, Wakanda, that's I'm gonna keep my eye on that one.
I will say this: I'm looking forward to Agatha all along, because I'm a huge Wiccan fan. I've loved Wiccan since Young Avengers, and the actor they got, Joe Locke, he is an amazing actor. I don't know if anyone has seen him in Heartstopper on Netflix. It's a coming of age type show. It's pretty good. I don't know. I don't know. I tend to love things that have English actors in it. I believe was it? No, not that one. Like Sex Education. The current Doctor Who came from that show. It seems like British shows, their actors end up having major roles here in American movies.
No, it's because there's only 10 of them.
It's only 10.
I watch a ton of BBC stuff and BritBox stuff. I watch all the series and stuff like that, all the cop detective series and stuff like that. And you constantly see the same actors recycled over and over and over again. So sometimes it feels like there's only like 10 actors in all of Britain, but I know there's not.
While you're watching, please hit the like button, thumbs up this stream. If you haven't subscribed to Jared, Taladia, Joe's, Blue Jay on YouTube, please subscribe to their channels. Next up, what Blue Jay was talking about earlier. Vincent D'Onofrio reveals that Daredevil Born Again originally had no connections with the Netflix series, but now has a lot after the creative overhaul.
Yep.
There you go. I just don't understand why. I just feel this is what happens. This is one of those things when you be like, this is what happens when you're owned by Disney sometimes. Because I just honestly, the Disney is just. I mean, now since they got Fox, they're kind of dipping their toes in the R-rated stuff again. And once they have like Hollywood Pictures and Touchstone, where they're doing R-rated content, and they're not really doing that much in like anymore after that. But now they're going back into it. We're having different brands and stuff. Having Marvel finally doing it. I mean, Echo wasn't, even though that show was TVMA, it wasn't really R-rated.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't bloody.
It was. You had a couple spurts out of the whole series, but they were few and far between.
Yeah,
it wasn't what I felt like I was sold.
Right, but at the very least, I mean, well, people often would hear Marvel restructuring, and they look at it as a bad thing. And I go, well, why would you look at it as a bad thing? I mean, if they're restructuring, trying to figure things out, every company does that. Why is that a bad thing? I mean, do you want to? I don't know. I find it to be kind of funny to me, but I really do think that it's best for them to have a creative overhaul, so it can just. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type shit. But my only question is, this is just 9 episodes. Like 9 episodes, doesn't
no, that's perfect. That's perfect. I don't want more. To me, Netflix screwed things up with some of those series because they were so long. There felt like there were a ton of filler episodes. It felt like it dragged. It's like 18 episodes. I was like, come on, man. Just get to the fireworks factory.
I did not watch Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Defenders.
I watched
I watched all of them.
Defenders, and I watched most of Punisher.
Oh, I did watch Punisher.
I loved the first season of Punisher more than the second, but I enjoyed Punisher a ton.
Mm-hmm. My favorite show from all of them was Jessica Jones.
I heard that one was good.
It was amazing.
The first season of Jessica Jones was good. I liked the first season of Luke Cage. But like I said, they suffered from having so many episodes for each of those seasons that just like I hate filler episodes. I'm sorry. I just do. I don't want content that bad that I want filler episodes. I don't want filler episodes. I don't want the pace to go down. Just put together a good tight 8-9 episodes that are, 45, 50 minutes long and tell a good story. If you can't tell a story in 9 episodes of a 40 to 50 minute show, then you have a problem with your writers.
Exactly.
I think I would argue the fact I will argue that having, sure, if you hear vibrating, there's fucking cars out there. I would argue that if you have a filler episode, like I would say, for example, like there is a stigma for filler episodes, like Star Wars Rebels. Rebels have some filler episodes, but they always little minor details will often come back and kind of tie into the story. Like people shit on like that first like those was it the Purgils from that one episode that actually comes to play in the finale. I think the only true filler episode is that one episode where was it the Iron Squadron where they rescue those teenagers and all that stuff. That one had nothing to do with the entire story, but there are parts. Sometimes filler episodes can be like quirky little adventures and stuff, but I would say they can be used to further develop some characters here and there, or have little teases, little hints that kind of comes back into the overarching narrative. But I do see where they mean over from filler episodes.
I find it harder with darker material.
Right.
Have filler episodes because to me, when the material's darker, you're normally a lot more into the story of the main arc of the story, and you want to see that story progress. And I hate watching an episode and be like, oh, nothing happened this episode. That's interesting.
I will say this: live action, anywhere between 8 to 12 episodes, fine. X-Men 97 has shown me that there were not enough episodes. There should have been a 23 episode season.
Well,
I wanted more.
They flew through so many story arcs.
Yeah.
Comic-wise, they flew through so many story arcs really, really fast. And they did it well. And I think you only could have really done that with animation and gotten away with it. But, it worked. But they flew through a lot of stuff. I think with live action, you're trotting along with the storyline.
Yeah.
I hate when things slow down.
No, I get it.
I get it. And I miss those days of 20, 23, 26 episode animated shows. I miss that.
Oh man, I think the last show was Rebels. Rebels had like first season was like 15 but the 2 and 3 had 22 episode season. And then the fourth season was just 14 or so because it was the last season, but I did kind of miss that sometimes because it keeps it going. Because usually these shows, especially these streaming shows, have very short episode range, and they take a while to come out too.
Yeah.
Yep. Right. And final topic before we get into comic book talk. Chris Hemsworth reveals his next project will be the long-gestated Hulk Hogan biopic, which Todd Phillips is set to direct.
What?
Sounds great, brother.
True?
Oh my God!
They gotta have a scene in that where Hulk Hogan hits someone with a
He
hammer.
said if his next project will be.
Oh my God!
Chris Hemsworth, Todd Phillips directed Hulk Hogan movie is not something that would come out of my mouth.
It's a lot of words that don't seem to belong together.
I mean, there have been in recent memory, in actually the last recent years, there had been some biopics for wrestlers like the Von Erichs. Now they're doing Hulk Hogan. So it's. But yeah, but that image is cursed. Yes, I agree, Vince. That image is cursed. What is he gonna say?
I'm trying to.
Is he gonna say? No. Is he gonna say? What you gonna do, brother? When the Hulkamaniacs run wild on you, it's gonna sound weird in an Australian accent.
This is actually true.
It is. I thought you were joking.
I think this was announced back in 2020.
Yeah.
I found a Screen Rant article from What to Expect from Chris Hemsworth Hulk Hogan biopic.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
This might be 100% real, but with everything when it comes to announcements, wait and see until you see a trailer.
Yeah.
Todd Phillips. I mean, I actually like Todd Phillips. I like him. I like his Hangover movies. I love Joker.
Mm-hmm.
But This is interesting.
Oh, Kyle can play Bubba the Love Sponge.
Fade could be the stunt double.
No. I was talking to Thay yesterday, before my stream, before Brian's stream last night, and he was like, "I heard SNS did a song about me." I'm like, "No, it's just an AI story about you stealing stuff and being a con man." I told him to go watch it. It's actually pretty funny. But I wouldn't mind seeing Chris Hemsworth play Hulk Hogan. I used to be a huge Hulk Hogan fan growing up.
Who's gonna play Andre?
I am a real American.
I never liked Hogan.
Don't want to get copyright
Never a
claims.
Hogan fan.
Oh yeah. That's funny. We got an Australian playing Hulk Hogan. Wow, I am a real American. Was gonna be playing on the screen. Who's gonna play Andre the Giant?
That's my question.
I think Brie Larson's available to play.
What? No. I was gonna say. No, I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm not gonna say it.
I
was gonna say Tyler Perry, but
stop. Tyler Perry playing Madea, playing Andre the Giant.
I mean, he's pretty tall if you think about it.
Oh my God! When they actually announced this officially, we need to do a Hulk Hogan biopic casting show. That'd be so good.
Man, that'd be tough.
There's really no one right now in the WWE that's big enough to play Andre the Giant.
Me?
What's his name? Amos?
And I mean, who are you going to get for some of those roles? Some of those people are so iconic that I don't think I'd be able to watch it because I'd be pissed when they trotted out people that were supposed to be other people, and like I could get away with Iron Claw.
Cast Kevin Hart as Andre the Giant.
Iron Claw was fine. I knew I was watching an A24 film.
Yeah.
I knew what I was getting.
Oh no!
What are they gonna do? CGI him big?
He's gonna play Peter Dinklage. Can play Doinks. Or
he'll maybe do a. I swear, if you do like a wrestler movie casting couch or like any celebrity playing these wrestlers, you may not like what I do.
That'd be funny.
If you're a big
Jason Momoa is Andre the Giant.
I mean, I think you have to lay out who would be cast first in terms of the roles before you could decide actors. Because if it's just wide open, it's like that's a wide berth of time.
I'm already claiming Sydney Sweeney for Miss Elizabeth.
We get Lizzo as Kamala.
Hemsworth versus AI Andre the Giant.
I mean, if you have people even in small roles like that, could you really cast somebody as Roddy Piper and have it possibly even be believable?
Yeah, sure. All right. Enough of Hulk Hogan. Moving on to hot covers that are coming out this week.
Flaming
Top 10 covers. You want to take a guess how many are DC books, Taladia?
10.
Nah, close. Flaming hot covers for New Comic Book Day. These are the covers that I think you might want to look at, pick up, just strictly for cover buys. At number 10, Cobra Commander number 5, the 1 in 50 Gwen incentive.
This is the last issue, I believe.
Yeah, it's the last issue of Cobra Commander, and it's a 1 in 50 on the last issue.
Before we start getting Destro and
Scarlet. I thought this is a pretty cool cover.
Mm-hmm.
All of are they Vipers?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it.
It's been a really great read. It's the whole Cobra Commander and Duke. Cobra Commander being a lot better than Duke, in my opinion.
Yeah, I liked Cobra
Didn't
Commander better than Duke.
Didn't I tweet this at you at one point a couple of weeks ago when you had covers for this?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, okay.
But Duke was still decent. Duke wasn't bad. I think Cobra Commander was better, but Duke wasn't. Duke wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't. I did like the episode when they the issue where they broke out of prison. That was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, Blood Hunt Red Band number 2, the 1 in 25 Lubera variant.
There you go. I love that one.
This is
that one I like.
Great cover. Are you guys reading Blood Hunt?
I read the first issue. It's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, I read the first issue as well. Yeah.
I read that Spider-Man one that you had me read, and
we'll talk about that later, Joe.
Not overwhelmed with that one.
So, I don't know if stores even know about these red bands or if they even ordering these red band covers.
Yeah, they are. I especially after the heat of the first one with the ratio, how crazy it went.
Did you?
There'll be people asking for it. They will be ordering more.
Saladia and Jerry, did you see that cover for the red band 1 in 50?
No, I did not.
No.
Hold on.
Lucifer's going into the archive.
I don't have to go that far.
Yeah, the old EC looking covers for the ratios are nice.
I'm back from the archive. Here is outside of the poly bag.
Huh.
He's holding Thor's head.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
I know.
God.
Awesome.
Whoa.
And I have one I did not take out of the poly bag. So
okay.
That cover is crazy, I swear.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and there's only one cover for Blood Hunt 1, so you didn't have variants on the Red Band Blood Hunt 1. You had variants on the regular Blood Hunt that wasn't Red Band, but you didn't have variants on the regular Blood Hunt Red Band, and then you had that 1 in 50, so that...
But I feel like for Blood Hunt, Wolverine fits very well for that character.
Yeah, this covers I don't know what this is an homage to, but I feel like I've seen this cover.
Mm-hmm.
At number 8. Union Jack the Ripper number 1.
That's kind of cool.
Huh?
Yeah,
I said that's kind of cool.
Yeah, you get a lot of these interesting little one-offs for Blood Hunt.
Little tie-in. I really like this cover.
I can't believe they put the Union Jack like that. They do me dirty.
And I will say this, Midtown Comics, which is probably like one of the biggest comic book retailers in the world, have sold out of this cover and cover C. Cover B is just a blank bloody cover, a blank red cover. So, if you see this in your local comic book stores, you might want to pick this up.
I think so.
Pick it up before it's too late.
You don't want to pay over cover price for this. So, at number 7, Feral number 3, the 1 in 25 prison incentive. Poor kitty has blood coming out his eye.
Oh, God. Nice Jenny cover.
Oh,
it's a nice little change up for Jenny.
Yeah, I really like this cover.
Like seeing that, it's crazy to see a cat have blood tears.
Yeah, it's Feral is pretty much a it's like super rabies, like a zombie, like turning animals to zombies. So
So you're basically saying it's something like Army of the Dead type of thing. and where the
Yeah,
animal
but
turns
with
into a dog.
cats and animals and
Yeah.
In a Disney-esque animation fashion.
yeah, it looks like Disney. We've actually had. I've actually been on stream with the creator Tony Flakes and interviewed him on Renovision SNS a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Have you guys ever read Stray Dogs?
No.
Yes, I got half a short box of Stray Dogs books.
I don't read. I don't want to call you Jared for a second.
Wait, what?
Stray Dogs was
Jerry.
great.
I just called.
Stray Dogs was fun.
I just called Brucifer Jared. So that's
Oh God.
hey, it's not my fault I'm half awake.
It's about a serial killer.
Yeah.
After he kills people, he takes their dogs.
And all the dogs live together with him, and they're figuring things out. So it's all within the dogs.
Yes, they're solving but the problem is they have short-term memory loss. So they forget what they're doing and why they're there, and
it was a really well done series. And plus, they did a ton, and they're doing a ton with Farrell as well. If you like horror film homage covers, Stray Dogs did every horror poster you can imagine as an homage cover. They're doing a lot of the same stuff for Farrell as well. So if you like horror homage covers, you'll get your fill.
And I think someone in the chat asked what cover C was for Union Jack. That's cover C for Union Jack.
I like this cover compared to the other cover. I'm sorry.
You just don't like bloody stuff.
Hey,
Union Jack was better represented on his chest there on that one for you. A lot of
yeah.
At number 6, something is killing the children. Number 37, the 1 in 51 incentive.
You put 150 there, not 151.
No, that's how many copies they had to buy to get this cover. 50 copies for the store.
Okay.
They're doing a lot between 37 and 39. They're doing a lot of ratios and incentives and stuff for Something is Killing the Children. So
this cover looks interesting. It's interesting to see that the blood on the girl's arm and the chest.
This was a good series. I sort of fell off it after around issue 20 or so, and I just haven't got back in because they branched off and they did House of Slaughter and had branch off books as well. But it's James Tynion, so your DC stands out there. There's a DC pedigree there.
You see what private chat,
and this will be made into a series at some point.
Yeah, it was supposedly optioned a while back, but who knows what to do with it. It would be a great series.
Thank you, Jared, for showing up.
All right, I will see you guys later.
See you later.
Take care, Jared.
Later.
Yep.
News took a little longer than I expected. Number 5, Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. Number 7, and Deuce.
The world's about to end.
Jared missed out on this.
King Kong is a Green Lantern.
If that would happen, that needs to happen in a movie.
That would be pretty cool.
You know what? I can just imagine a Justice League Godzilla versus Kong movie. I can just imagine it. Warner Brothers doubling down on that.
I think it will work as an animated movie.
But can you imagine? Can you imagine with all the destruction that Godzilla and Kong has done in those movies, the world would have exploded if Kong had the Green Lantern, had the ring.
It'd be so cool though to have this.
It'll be cool though, but like imagine people just never question that there's the chaos in those movies of like people in buildings and cars being crushed.
Whole city's flattened.
Who's cleaning this stuff up?
Right, it's right. like imagine just people would just give up, and if they see Kong with a Green Lantern ring, people would say, "Yep, I'm done." 5 stages of death.
Have you guys seen Kaiju #8?
No.
It's a new anime show on Hulu, I believe, and it's about a guy that he's part of the team that cleans up after the Kaiju's are killed. So he's like in the entrails cleaning up. It's so disgusting. It's really good because he gets taken over by a Kaiju, and he joins the Kaiju Defense Force. It's a really good anime. Kaiju #8. At number 4, Catwoman 55, 1 in 25. Otto Smith is it 65?
The boys had this last night on their worst cover. They
What?
were not.
Wait,
were
what?
Not, like I don't get it either. They were not big on the face, but if you're familiar with Otto Schmidt's art, it fits an Otto Schmidt face. I don't have a problem with it. I like it. But then again, I like Otto Schmidt.
I like Otto Smith too. I'm just saying.
Mama Bear,
really
you're not wrong.
Cover.
You're not wrong, Mama Bear.
I prefer his Canary. I like when he does Green Arrow and Canary, but
that face isn't good, Terry. It's about
why do I get
that?
Why do I get the feeling like this cover is take huge inspirations from the animated series?
Yeah.
The 1990s, like the first original.
Yeah, the
Catwoman.
90s Catwoman, that purple costume she had. I love that costume.
Yeah.
At number 3, for the X-Men #5, the 1 in 25 Bradshaw. I love this Storm cover. I really do.
I like that outfit though.
Mama Bear, what am I gonna do with you?
Is it me, or when you're watching X-Men 97 and every time Forge would say Aurora, did you not think of Scooby-Doo and someone was just going Roro? It kept throwing me off.
I keep calling. Well, people kept calling her Storm, but not many people know what her real name was.
Yeah.
Aurora.
So they be kind of confused and stuff. Be like Aurora, like Roro,
Roro.
like they sound like a dog. Like Roro. Wait, what
Sounds like Scooby Doo.
They'd be like Roro. Like wait, what do you mean? Aurora? What do you mean? Roro? Do you want some kibbles? Oh no, her name's Roro. Like is the team fell out the water? Team fell out the whale.
Did you guys? I don't know. You guys probably haven't watched it, but speaking of Scooby Doo, SNL did a Scooby Doo skit.
Oh no!
Jake Gyllenhaal as Fred.
No, that was
so funny.
It was Freddie Prinze Jr.
You guys should watch it.
No, that was Gyllenhaal.
Hilarious.
That's Gyllenhaal.
It does such a dark twist.
I don't think I've watched Saturday Night Live in 25 years.
I saw this on YouTube.
It is so good.
I can see
almost as good as the Beavis and Butthead skit they did a few weeks ago.
I really hope they push Storm back to the forefront of the X books.
Where are her boobs?
No worry. Here, I'll zoom in for you.
She's talking about she's talking about Catwoman.
Oh, the Catwoman.
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate for female characters looking sexy. I agree.
Me too.
I am against the masculinization of female characters.
I mean, that's sexy too.
There's an old one with Rob Lowe as Shaggy. That was awesome. Oh, God, Rob Lowe. I love Rob Lowe. Even though it took a lot of forgiving for what he did in the 80s.
Rob? No. It was the 80s.
Yeah, no.
Cocaine is a hell.
It was legal in that state, so I guess. Number 2. Ultimate Black Panther. Number 4. The Boss Logic Ultimate variant.
Yeah, Boss Logic always.
He's been killing it on this book.
That is fire.
Oh wow.
Like
this has to be some of the best artwork I've seen in a long time.
Are they finally? I know they were doing it for, I think, for number 3. I think they were doing a virgin 1 in 25 second print of the Boss Logic stuff. Why they waited so long to do it, beyond me. But
that is one I'm picking up. I will have that in my collection. I hope they do it for all of them. These are so worth to be in Virgins.
There you go. I just sent you a picture of the worst comic panel ever. If we want to talk about people not being female characters drawn masculine.
Whoa! What did they do to Captain Marvel?
Oh my God!
Where's that from, Joe?
And the messaging.
Pretty sure you can keep the phone and lose the men, just so you know.
Some pandemic Captain Marvel goodness.
I came out during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And the number one cover for this week. Ghost Spider number one, the 100 prison incentive.
Jenny's on a tear, man. Woo! She is on a tear.
So good. So good.
I'm trying to remember. Is there's a trade dress? Is there a trade dress of this as well? Normally, Marvel does that and ruins their 1-100s by throwing a trade dress.
So,
I don't know why they do that.
You don't have to spend over $100 for this. You can get this for cover price. The trade dress for $3.99. Is that for $3.99? $3.99.
It's. I hate when Marvel does that. I guess it's good if you want the cover. And I do it half the time anyway. I'll just buy I'll buy it with the trade dress because I don't care, and I just like buying Frozen art. But it really waters down the 1-100 in terms of being something special.
Yeah. This for me is my favorite Jenny Frozen cover.
I don't know. I'm gonna need a second job to pick up all those Zatanna covers.
The Death one, the Death cover she did for Sandman was great.
Yeah, the death one is fantastic.
So, fortunately, I got to reload the slides for a second. Sorry about that. I noticed the mistake. I didn't want you guys to see it.
But yeah, they keep cranking out those Zatanna covers for that new series, and I'm just like, oh man, they have to do that with a character that I collect everything from. So. The Jenny Zatanna cover is quite nice.
It does look like early Madonna.
Yes.
All right, next up.
She's going to keep on pushing her love over the borderline.
Play at your own risk. Look at some video game sales. First up, we got Moon Patrol for the Atari 2600. Nice. A 9.4 seal released in 1982 for the Atari 2600, sold for $101.
That's sad. It should sell for more than that.
Such memories with these old Atari cartridges.
I mean, granted, Activision made the best Atari games, but they were all fun. Even though they were all very similar, they were all fun. We took what we had back then.
Yeah,
we were happy with it.
We were happy with graphics like this.
Yeah, we took what we could get.
And people complain about graphics now. Screw you guys.
Yeah.
We have Miss Pac-Man for 9.4 sale, released in 82, sold for $107. This looked nothing like the arcade.
No.
My God.
Don't have enough bits to make those things circular.
They couldn't even get her a red bow.
Yeah, that's a big difference, y'all.
Yeah, that is a big difference.
I used to play the heck out of that game. Me too. Then we have Outlaw CGC 8.0 unopened, sold for $162. Little cowboy shootout.
Now this packaging that Atari did was great because they had great illustrations on the covers of these.
Yeah.
They don't do them like them anymore though.
No.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, the outside looked like that. The intended game when it was 2 stick figures.
Yep. Trying to shoot around that damn cactus.
Well, these are games people aren't going to play anymore, and you can play them emulated, so there's no point.
Yeah.
So get them graded, I guess.
Did any of y'all got an emulator?
Yes.
What kind of emulator you got?
For what? What do you want to emulate?
I'm looking to emulate because I grew up with the PS2. Is there like a PS2 game you can emulate or whatever? Because
they have emulator for PS2.
Okay.
I love the PS2. The PS2 was such a good system.
They have a lot of builds. I'll send you a link to a website. You sign up, you download the build, and you'll be able to play within an hour or two.
Okay.
As long as you got a PC that is not a potato.
What was it? PCSX. I'm looking. That's what Vince said in the chat.
Yeah.
PCS.
You just need the ROMs.
Okay.
Yeah. It's illegal to own the ROMs if you don't own the game. Just saying.
I wanna, because I grew up playing Midnight Club and stuff, and all in old Need for Speed games.
They're all out there. You can play them.
Hell yeah.
Space Invaders CGC 9.4 sale released in 1978. Sold for $318. I tried to play Space Invaders yesterday. I hated every second of it.
I love Space Invaders. It's fun.
I
used to play all this stuff in the arcade. I used to go to the arcade all the time as a kid. It was great.
Yes, VPN is your best friend when it comes to stuff, when you're downloading stuff. Then we have Donkey Kong Jr. 9.4, released in 1982, sold for $325. I would think some of these Atari games will sell for a lot more.
Yeah,
there were so many though.
Like some of these Atari games, I probably would have thought maybe 1,000 at the very least, right? $1,000, because Atari games are very hard to come by these days, right?
Some of them are
in the UK, especially
sealed in box. Yeah,
sealed in box. Yeah, they're very hard to come by,
but again, this is a 9.4, and a lot of times what we see with grading in a lot of cases is
sorry, this isn't CGC. It's hotter.
You'll see lower prices, and then you'll see that big jump at like a 9.8 or something like that, where it seems like, oh, that's kind of low, and then you see a 9.8 sell for like $4,000, and you're like, oh, okay, it's all
because a lot of the Atari games, you could walk into the video game stores here and you get them $4 or $5 for cartridges that aren't the bigger Atari games.
The problem is here in the UK, we don't have like that thing you have in the States, where you can walk in
a Goodwill
and get
Salvation Army.
No, like we don't get like Atari games and like a Mega Drive games and stuff like that, which are boxed and in good condition. We don't get any of that. Most of them are torn up.
Yeah.
So,
but, if you see these games out in the wild, grab them. Make a few bucks on them if you get them graded. They're not worth much if they're not graded, actually. And moving on to some variant covers that you might want to look out for when you're at cons, when you're digging through boxes.
I like that Supergirl one.
We got Abe Sapien issue number 31. I did not know Abe Sapien had a comic book.
Oh, yeah.
A raw copy just sold for $120 back on May 7th. And a 9.8 hasn't sold since last year, May. It was sold for $203. It's a nice cover.
So
Mike Mignola.
Yeah, it's a great David Mack cover, but you see who else on that cover, where the other name on that cover that worked on this book as well, which is your boy who did that who did that ugly Harley Quinn cover.
That great Harley cover that I love.
Yeah, Hellboy stuff always seems to. There's always some good Hellboy gems and stuff that are out there from that whole universe. But that is a nice David Mack cover.
Yeah. And Mike Mignola wrote. I didn't know he had anything to do with this story. And it went 31 issues or more.
I think he tries to keep his hands in any Hellboy stuff since that's his thing.
Hey, Ashley, welcome.
Hey, Ashley.
Hello.
Hey.
I mean, I
next
gotta.
up,
Well, I gotta head out, but
Hey,
thank you,
I should
Blue
come in.
Jay.
I should come at
Blue
the
Jay?
last minute. So, hello, Ashley. I'm about to leave.
Blue Jay, I'll see you Tuesday from MME International.
Oh yeah. I'll tune into that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very special guest coming on.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yep. I'll probably be there. Yeah. So,
Okay.
y'all have a
Make
good.
sure
Y'all
you
have a good night.
subscribe to Blue Jay's channel,
It's Blue Cinema.
Blue
At
Cinema,
Blue Cinema.
On YouTube.
YouTube.
Wait, hold on. Oh, just.
Post in it.
You can put it in the chat, right?
Oh yeah. We have my link to the chat. There's a channel. I do a lot of movie reviews. Well, sometimes I do if I want to. I don't have I'm not consistent. I'm trying to, but
You gotta be consistent.
I'm lazy sometimes. I work all the time. I'm tired. If I'm monetized, I'll be making my bank every day. I wish.
It's not that much.
I know. At least it's money. Wait, if I get $1, I'll be happy. Maybe not, kind of. I don't know. But anyways, I'll see y'all later.
Take care.
See you later.
Yep,
We got All Crime Comics issue number 2 from 2013. A no grade sold for $19 back in April, and a 9/8 sold for $300 May 3rd of this year.
Buy the lot. It's a 3-issue series, all great Bruce Timm covers. Buy them. A lot of times you'll see them sold in a lot.
Fuck the girl for
All
it.
crime reminds me of a female James Bond. I'm just saying.
It's if you're a Bruce Timm collector, it is part of the requirement as a Bruce Timm collector to have the all crime books.
Ooh. I
Did he do
hate
the
that
art
name.
for all the issues of All Crime Comics?
Hmm?
Did he do
Yeah.
all the
Well,
covers?
I think there's only 3 issues of it.
Oh, 3 issues?
Yeah.
What's the next issue?
Next, we got Dark Souls issue number 1, sold for $20 back May 10th, and a 9/8 sold for $300 on May 6th.
Nice.
A lot of these video games adapt into comics sell really well.
They do. They definitely do. Video games going into comics do well. Like
Yeah,
especially the Arkham games as well. Like when
that
they
and the Modern Warfare comics do very
Yeah.
well. Next up, we got Resident Alien issue number 1 from 2012. This is apparently a series on Sci-Fi and I forgot what, Netflix maybe.
It's on Paramount now.
It sold for $45 back in March, and a 9/8 sold for $252 on May 7th.
It's a great comic. It's a great TV series as well. Alan Tudyk is fantastic in it. I highly suggest watching all 3 seasons because it's very hilarious all around. Here, throw me up on the big screen. I'll show you all the all crimes.
All right.
So we got.
Oh, that's good.
One.
Nice.
And then.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good series.
I definitely.
They all look aged. So when you look at the covers, they look pulpy, so they look fake aged on the spine and stuff like that. So.
And you watch this Resident Alien. It's a good show, and
that's fantastic. It cracks me up.
I gotta watch this.
Like I said, I mean, if you're an Alan Tudyk fan, then you need to watch the series because he gets to go full Alan Tudyk, which is fantastic. He's so damn talented and hilarious, but this was just a perfect vehicle for him. That's good. I like that.
Craving cheesecake. There's some cheesecake coming up. Yours looked a lot better than that picture. Yeah, it did. Then we have Star Wars Force Awakens issue number 6, the Rey variant. 2016. The last time it sold Raw was in June of last year for $50. A 9/8 sold for $300.
I will say it. Don't sleep on Rey variants.
No,
she's not on a ton of covers. You have her on a bunch of like Star Wars Adventure covers, but those are all kind of just crappy, really cartoony covers. Any Rey covers, if they do actually push forward with a series with her or a series of movies or even just a movie, I could see these popping a bit because there's not a lot of covers of her that exist. So
yeah, I haven't seen a lot. There's a lot of Kylo Ren covers, but not a lot of Rey covers.
Yeah, and she never had, like, Kylo Ren had his own series. There wasn't a Rey series, so
yeah. So, and next up, we're going to talk about some comics we read this week. Two were good, one wasn't.
Yeah, I could live with that. That's
Action nice. Comics 1065, Part 3 of House of Brainiac.
And I won't say this was great, but I enjoyed it enough. It was readable. I wasn't bored by it. Both stories were fine. The interior art was good.
I always love when Lobo and Superman are in comics together.
Yeah,
makes for a great pairing. And then
at least that suit looks good on Superman. I'm just saying.
Yeah. In Superman 13, he's riding a space bike.
Yeah,
that was great. And they're fighting all the Cenarians. That's what they call them.
Yeah.
Cenarians. Lobo thought they were all extinct. Apparently, Brainiac just happened to have a bottled city laying around of his whole race. The artwork is good. Having Supergirl being badass like she's meant to be.
Yes.
But it's Brainiac. It's only so much you can do against Brainiac. But overall, it's a good read so far. They're really taking the time and giving Superman and Superman family. Even though I think there are too many Superman women flying around Metropolis now.
Yeah, there's other cities.
Yeah, too many.
I liked the contrast of the Son of Brainiac story, the smaller B story. Yeah. At the end of this, it was just the interior art was different. It had a different tone to it, so it felt like you weren't getting like two things that had kind of the same feel and tone to them. So I thought that was nice.
Yeah. So I will be continuing to read this Brainiac storyline because
they
it's Brainiac.
Ran it up to a little cliffhanger at the end of this issue. So
next up, the Godzilla 7th anniversary. It was a collection of 5 to 6 stories,
if not more.
Or more.
There were a lot of stories. They were all short in there, but I'm fine. Like, when I know there's going to be an anthology book, it's like if I can like enjoy like half of the stories, I'm cool with that. And I was good with half or more of the stories.
I did like I highlighted the ones I really liked. I like this one where they had to clean up after the smog monster.
I got Mothra and the twins, so I was happy.
Yeah. And then this one where he's fighting the giant mosquito that's spreading a plague. That was kind of fun. And the artwork is different in each story, so you're not
significantly
highlighting different artists. And of course, the Jet Jaguar was in one story, which one of my favorite movies is Godzilla vs. Megalon. And then he was fighting a giant snail type thing.
They gave us a nice variety of stories.
Yeah.
I was happy with that. The art was very different in each one. The stories were significantly different enough. It's Godzilla, so there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
But they did a good job of mixing it up and having some different characters thrown in and the different stories that kept it interesting, and it was decent. I mean, that Art Adams cover, good luck getting your hands on that. But
yay! So, it was a good read. If you're a Godzilla fan, you will enjoy this.
Yeah.
And next up, Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt #1. Joe's favorite book of the bunch.
It's like, how long are you going to wear that ragged lab coat? It's not going to stay clean.
I don't know. I just like, where did the lizard come from? Why is he with Misty Knight? What?
It was just, yeah. And I mean, I was happy to see Misty. Yeah, I was happy to see Colleen. But I was just kind of like, I didn't care. I just really, I don't know if Blood Hunt's for me. I don't know. There's just so many books and so many off stories, and I'm like, I just don't know if I care that much.
And I think what jumped the shark for me in this issue was when they went to the church and they had the priest bless his webs. The priest blessed his webs. What?
Yeah,
what?
I don't know. It was just like, I was like, it felt this book wasn't needed.
No,
that's the way I felt about it. I was like, it's a book, okay. I guess it's a tie-in because it's a Blood Hunt book, but I just was like, I didn't need this. I didn't need it at all. But yeah. I mean, it was nice. Like I said, nice to see Misty. It was nice to see Colleen Wing in there as well. But
this book was not needed. They just had to. Oh, it's a money grab. That's all it was. Let's do a Spider-Man and a tie-in, and people will buy it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many tie-ins. It's like, I would have preferred they have less tie-ins with this stuff and less one-offs and stuff, because, I mean, granted, there's no lack of Spider-Man books out there. You know, I guess if you want just a regular Spider-Man story that's not tied in, but it's like, do a one-off somewhere else. Don't put it in ASM. Just let ASM be ASM. ASM should be the premier Spider-Man book, but I don't feel it's there anymore. So,
Now, moving on to Joe's favorite part of the show, some Silver Age sales. Going once, going twice, sold. So I thought I'd do some big boy key books this week. Incredible Hulk #1 from 1962, a 3.0, sold for $10,800.
That is a really bad looking 3.0.
Huh?
That's a really bad looking 3.0.
It is. Does not present well.
Yeah, I mean, between the fading, all that chipping on the cover, all those big color break folds on there, it's hard to tell what's going on with the spine on that, but I was surprised that was a 3.0.
There's there's a split towards the bottom, probably like a quarter of an inch, maybe.
And I mean, I see those, and I was like, oh, it gives me hope that some of the books that I have that are raw here aren't complete garbage. You know, the word reader copy is thrown around a lot, but sometimes sometimes they can grade up a little bit to make them palatable.
Thanks a lot, Archer. I just saw that today, the return of the Venomverse.
I'm not a big Venom fan. I can't get into symbiotes. There's just too many of them. It's just weird. And
then we have A Amazing Fantasy 15. First appearance of Spider-Man 3.0, sold for $25,200.
Now that looks like a 3.0, a little more like a 3.0 to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It presents a lot better.
I'm surprised it went for 25,000.
Yeah, ASM all day, every day. Or sorry, Amazing Fantasy 15 all day, every day will sell. Yeah, and any of the big boy books, the major keys will always sell, and they'll always sell well. It's rare that those big boy books.
Put Lizard in lingerie, Joe will be happy.
The guy can't even speak, but apparently he knows how to, put bleach in the laundry when he does his lab coat.
I didn't understand that he separated from Dr. Connor. I was like, wait, what? When did that happen? But yeah. Then we have Fantastic Four 48, the first appearance of Silver Surfer, the 9-4 sold for $11,700.
Yeah, with that little bit of a roll.
I don't know how this got a 9-4 with that wrap.
Yeah.
I don't know how they got a 9-4. How'd that get a 9-4?
And those pages don't look white to off white. I'll tell you that much for sure.
They don't.
They look pretty brown.
There's no way that should have got white pages. Just saying.
Yeah. I don't even think that's cream in those pages.
Yeah, a 9-4, and you can't even see the spine of the book.
Yeah, that surprises me as well. What's going on in CGC? They should be I mean, to me, it's like when a book like this comes in, I would think that they would take extra care with really with the grading, because they're big boy books. They have major impact when these go up. So
yeah, because it trickles down to lesser grades and it sets a tone for the market.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Brave and the Bold 28, 1960, 8.0, cream to white, white pages. The first appearance of the Justice League, sold for $19,800. This is an underappreciated book. This should be selling for double. Just saying.
It never ceases to amaze me how many Brave and the Bolds and old Justice Leagues and stuff like that you can find in decent grades.
Yeah,
they're pricey, but you can find a lot of 7.0s, 8.0s, stuff like that of Brave and the Bolds and early Justice League and stuff like that. It's a great book. I would love to have this book.
Yeah, I think I was thinking this might be my, after I finish my Silver Age Batman villain appearances, I think this might be my next goal for next year.
It's a good one.
Hopefully I'll be ending this book. I'll take it in a 4, a 3 or 4.
I'm a big fan of Silver Age first appearances, first Silver Age appearances, because most of almost all these characters appeared in Golden Age. So it is fun to grab some of those characters that you can for their first Silver Age appearance.
Then we have Tales of Suspense 39. First appearance of Iron Man, sold for $32,400.
Yeah. It's just again, they're big boy books.
Yeah, they're big boy books. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't agree that this should be more than Brave and the Bold at the same grade, but that's just me.
And Brave and the Bold's Brave and the Bold's first of the Justice League. It's not the first appearance of any of those characters. So you kind of
you can't compare the both.
I'm biased.
I mean, I like the Justice League book better than this book, just in terms of comics I like. But
yeah,
and truthfully, Iron Man bores the shit out of me. But that's just me. But it is what it is. It's the first Iron Man. So
yeah, it is what it is. What's next, Lucifer?
Yep. We got Fantastic Four #1 on 3.5 off-white pages, sold for $24,000. First appearance of Fantastic Four.
See, that looks like a decent 3.5.
I remember a few years ago, 3.5 you can get under 5,000.
Those days are gone.
Unreachable.
Those days are long gone.
That's why I had to get the Golden Age reprints.
That looks like it's like
the Golden Record.
The side of what's it called?
Huh?
The side of the book looks like it's
the spine
trimmed. A trim.
Yeah.
Huh.
And if it was trimmed, they should have caught that. And if it was trimmed, I guess if you would have wanted a blue label, you probably would have got a 1.8 out of it, or what, a 0.5 or whatever they do when you want a blue label and it's tampered with book.
Yeah. Then we have Adventure Comics 260 from 1959, 9.4. Sold for $26,000.
Nice.
This is the first Silver Age origin of Aquaman.
Adventure Comics has some
A lot of
some winners in there. There's some gems in Adventure Comics, and a lot of them you don't necessarily see. I think there's a Green Arrow first Silver Age appearance around this time in Adventure Comics as well. And like looking at the cover, it's like,
Moving on. Yay, FOC. Comics that are coming out next month. What I got? Some hot covers. Yes, hot covers, more hot
lots
covers.
of good stuff.
A lot of good stuff from FOC this week. So you have until tomorrow night, midnight or whenever, to get your orders into your local comic book stores or your website you use. So first up, Batman 149, the Lotto.
Like that.
Batman 149 and 1 in 25 Panosian.
I love Panosian covers.
Batman and Robin number 10, the Melnikov variant.
I like Lev Melnikov. I love that Robin run.
And the 1 in 25 Batman and Robin, the Cunha incentive.
Nice. I like all these baseball covers. They're fun.
I like the Bane, the Bane one. The Bane one really pops out for me.
Yeah, Delato always just does good dark stuff. Good. I like the Panosian one myself. I just I dig that.
I think that Batman and Robin Acuna is going to be a big hit, and people are going to sleep on it.
Yeah.
Because everybody slept on his Tim Drake shirtless cover.
Is that supposed to be a Super Sons t-shirt he's wearing?
Yes.
Yes.
There you go. That's fun.
Yes, Vince. Yeah, Bane keeps that in business. Yes, in the comics.
Don't worry, some boobies are coming. Boobies will be coming.
I just dig the Panosian cover. The minimal trade dress. It's just a beautiful cover. It's just
that Panosian is great. Then we have I gotta fix these slides. World's Finest 28, Deserti, Brave and the Bold 14, the Matina, Wonder Woman 10, the Panosian, Wonder Woman 10, the 1 in 25 Spokes incentive.
Now, I believe that Panosian is the replacement for the De Jong covers that they took out. So that's something.
That Batgirl and Supergirl one I like.
I love that Deserti. Love that cover.
Very reminiscent of the Batman, the new Adventures of Batman and Superman. Bruce Timm verse, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little homage to the both the Batgirl adventures and the Superman.
And I noticed something in the cover too. I do notice Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn in the back.
There's probably a before Tim under where he signs Zerti in there, in the signature. I'm just mad because I didn't want to have to buy another ratio anytime soon, but I'm going to have to buy that Spokes incentive because I love Yara floor covers. And it is a good cover with all of them on there.
And I do like that Spokes, having all Wonder Woman with all of her Wonder Girls on the cover.
Yeah.
Then
they really dropped the ball with Yara Floor. They just had a great character. They really should have leaned into that character more.
Yeah, she should have got more love. They screwed up. Then we have Action Comics 1066, the Cola variant. Nightwing 115, the Dan Mora variant. Nightwing 115, the Santucci variant. And Nightwing 115, the Jones Pride variant.
Is that a dog and a baby Bjorn?
Huh?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. That's Fightwing.
Okay.
I love Nightwing. He's a funny dog. He only has 3 legs. He's a rescue dog.
Yeah, I mean,
cool.
when does Taylor's run end with Nightwing?
Taylor, I think there's. I think it ends at 116. No, 117 and 118.
Yeah, that's. I'll be sad when they switch to somebody else because it was a really good run.
He really took Nightwing to a different level.
Hey, I mean, for a while, it was the best book in all the DC stuff that was coming out.
I think he was the focal point of DC, and they built everything else around him and his writing.
Yeah, I mean, by far, it was definitely the most consistent book.
Yep.
Month to month.
Then we have Catwoman 66, the Link Card stock variant. Catwoman 66, the Villa Lobos variant. Catwoman 66, the 1 in 25 Schmidt.
I like that Schmidt better than the other Schmidt.
Then we have the 1 in 50 Forbes.
Yeah, that's got Forbes. It's nice.
Oh my God. I didn't realize she was laying on a tape on the floor until I looked at the side. I thought she was up against the wall for a second.
Yeah, they're all good covers.
Mama Bear's like,
great.
finally boobies.
They do this. They do this with Poison Ivy all the time too. It's like sometimes it's just like, oh, there's a week where it's like, oh, one of the Catwoman covers is really good. I got to get that.
Yeah.
Or one of the Poison Ivy ones, and then they have that month where it's like, oh, all of the covers are good and the incentives are good.
All of the Link covers have been good.
Yeah, I agree.
I this will be the first time I probably pick up all of the Catwoman covers. Well, except when Soldier Michael was on the cover. Because they had really good artists on Sweeney Boo. Who else was doing that run?
They had good rotations for everything. Well, I mean, you had Frizen run on there. You had Micah. They had that full rotation where somebody would get 4 or 5 covers, and then they'd rotate 4 or 5 covers, and they'd rotate.
Yep. Then we have Green Lantern War Journal number 10, the Panosian variant. Blood Hunt Red Band number 4, the 1 in 25 Cola incentive.
That one will be big because it's a heavy EC homage there. So people will grab that.
Then we have Red Sonja, Empire of the Dam. This is from the thumbnail if you were paying attention. Number 3, the 1 in 15 Middleton foil.
And there's about 4 or 5 variants of this Middleton image. If you want something cheaper and just want it with the trade dress or whatever, you can get it for $2.99, $3.99, whatever. But there's everything in between, from the foils to the virgins.
I really like that Middleton, and I meant to put this on there also. The black and white sketch, which is beautiful.
It is very nice. I've been having a problem because they've been re-releasing the Savage Red Sonja. Had all those really great Dan Panosian covers. Mm-hmm. They've been going back and releasing these like black and white sketch covers, which are different than the original ratios that they were doing.
They're calling them line covers, I believe.
Yeah, they're really pricey, but I can't help myself because they're.
And then we got ASM 52, the 1 in 100 Villa Lobos incentive. The Black Cat. There's a trade dress of this.
Again, what is wrong with Marvel? Why don't they? Why don't they understand? I mean, you could look at how DC does things.
Yeah.
To me, DC, I see. Oh man, there's 2 great, cover price Catwoman covers, and then there's a 1 in 25. I really like. Oh, there's a 1 in 50. I really like that, but I'm not going to be able to go back and get that as a trade dress for the price. And to me, that makes the 1 in 50 special. It makes the 1 in 25 special. I love this Lobos. If you did this Lobos as a 1 in 100, you didn't have a trade dress of it. The only way for you to get this 1 in 100 Lobos was to get a 1 in 100. To me, that makes it special and makes it worthwhile. Versus, I have it for a trade dress.
Yeah. Then we have. Oops, sorry.
Have you been reading the Deviant at all? I
I
fell
am
off of it
3
for a bit.
episodes. I mean, 3
Something-
issues behind. But
Something.
it
Sorry.
was good. Then we got Something Epic number 11, 80s comic homage. Then they have a movie homage. And then we had Deviant number 6, the 1 in 25 Warren Johnson incentive. They haven't been doing any incentive since issue 2, which is funny they're doing an incentive for this.
Yeah, it is weird.
There's Something Epic is the first image, Frank Miller homage.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
And then the Something Epic is a top. No, it's not Top Gun. That's
Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah. So what's next?
They got some pretty good covers.
Something Epic has put out a ton of really good covers, but the book hasn't really caught on price-wise. There was that one per store on the first issue that was hot for a while, and then it kind of fell off, and you get it pretty cheap now.
Then we have DC Pride Uncovered. These are just a collection of all the Pride covers. The cover A, Bartel. Cover B, Vega.
Never ever sleep on a Bartel cover of Harley and Poison Ivy on a Pride cover.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yeah. Cover C, Vecchio. The Bartel foil.
Without the name on it, yeah.
Then we have the 1 in 25 Jim Lee and the 1 in 50 Jim Lee. These are just,
those Jim Lee
this is literally just a collection. It's not even a comic. It's a collection of all the Pride covers from over the years.
Yeah.
Wow.
But a Jim Lee cover is a Jim Lee cover.
Huh?
A Jim Lee cover is a Jim Lee cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the ratio.
So then we have. Wait, what's this? Oh, the Monahini variant. With,
not as good as Jim Lee, but
with the Question and Batwoman, I believe.
I like. Yeah. I feel like I haven't had Batwoman covers, so it's nice to see.
There hasn't been much coverage of Batwoman in a long time in the comics.
They have medication.
Yeah, foil is going to be pretty on that Bartel.
Then we have Batman by Gaslight, the Kryptonian.
These are beautiful covers.
These are awesome.
Oh my god.
I'm very happy with these.
Cover A by Fernando. Cover B by Lim.
Yeah, I already have a few of those ordered.
Cover of the year right here for me. Cover C, Matina. Cover D, Jock Foil.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That Lim and Matina are amazing.
Big shout out to DC. I like their Elseworld stuff is just hands down better than anything Marvel does when Marvel tries to.
Mama Bear's like definitely cover B.
Cover B is amazing.
Oh yeah. I already
definitely cover B and C for me.
I don't know why they didn't make that a 1 in 25, but I'm glad he didn't. I have to pick up like 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah, it's a sharp.
Then we have the 1 in 25 cardstock Jock. And then the 1 in 50, I don't know.
The
Fernandez incentive.
Why they made that the 1 in 50 is beyond me.
I don't know. I was surprised when I saw it. DC usually doesn't do this type of thing where they double up
reuse
on the covers.
Yeah. That makes me sad. And it's not even Virgin. It's just cardstock, I believe.
I do see your comments. And then we have a new series, Plastic Death and Dolls. Independent, cover A. Anything with bloody cartoon animation, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who's doing this one.
It's by Wagner and Hilliard. Cover B. I don't want to know what that is hanging above him.
Looks like a half-eaten
what
donut.
It looks like.
I'm going to say it's a half-eaten donut because I feel better. Just
half-eaten donut. And then we have the Cover C, Pegluka.
That first one I like. Definitely the first one.
I like the bloody lunchbox with the blood leak out the lunch.
Indies always kill me because everyone always just kind of gravitates after a while to whatever the A cover was for some of these indies.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But I never like the A cover out of the covers. So I'll always end up getting the B cover or C cover that I really like and skip the A cover, and then the A cover is the one that tends to do well for book catches.
Yeah. And then please, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like, comment, share this with your friends, share this with your mother, your brother, your aunts, your nieces, your nephews, the guy at the deli, the guy that does your taxes, the guy that freaking does your laundry, anyone.
The guy that does the lizard's lab coat.
And don't forget the priests that will bless webs. If you haven't subscribed to Taladia, please subscribe to Taladia.
The link is in the chat, guys. If you want to subscribe, I'm 3 away from 1,700 subscribers. So if you want to help me to reach that goal, I'm trying to reach to 2K by the end of this year. That is my goal, because I cover from video games to movies to TV show and animation. So I cover all of that from Marvel and DC. My channel is the place to come.
Excellent. Good luck to you as well, John.
And don't forget to subscribe. If you're not subscribed to Renovision and Joe's Duelin's personal channel, please do so. Tomorrow night, we're going back to Monday Madness here at Kingdom of Nerds. There might be a giveaway, just because I feel like it and I got too many books laying around, actually.
You doing the 80s tier?
We're doing 80s action heroes tier tomorrow.
Tier list.
Everyone from Swayze, the Schwarzenegger.
A lot of fun controversy, I'm sure.
Of course. We're gonna have I'm gonna see if I can get Jedi on for this, because there's gonna be some Tom Cruise on the list. I have to put Tom Cruise on there.
You better not put Cocktail on there as an action.
That is not action. I whoever did that list before, Cocktail is an action movie, does not count. So I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us on this Sunday. Please like this stream, and if you're watching on the rewind, please leave a comment and let me know what you think. And have a good night, everyone. Take care. Mazel tov.